over the course of the homeschooling and and as you mentioned, across the age span, right? Because learning at preschool age is going to look very different than middle school or high school age. So the kinds of tools, the way they structure it, and the pedagogy that they bring in tends to kind of shift back and forth and be between this more structured and then a little bit more flexible as well. And I think parents have found that it's kind of key to let go of control a little bit, relax it, and reduce expectations of progress. And they found that those two key things really helped in terms of the parents not feeling so burnt out, right? And as you said, recognizing that all family interactions are even the spontaneous ones. You suddenly, something happens or you take a trip or whatever it is, that even those spontaneous, my goodness, and informal become educational opportunities as well, and learning opportunities that hold just as much value.
Yeah, I
So
think
as
parent burnout is like a really interesting thing to think about too. It was a conversation that I often had with my teaching staff of, I had some, more experienced teachers who have their own children versus these younger teachers just starting out who would often say like, I don't know how you go home and still have to take care of kids. Like I am so done by the end of my day. And so you imagine that concept of now I'm the homeschool teacher. I'm used to sending my kids out for 8 hours of the day. Now they're here and they're on me 24/7. I've certainly experienced that now moving into the home with my daughter. She is a Velcro child. She is on me 24/7. So, like that burnout for parents. Now imagine you have two, three, four children that you're homeschooling at different grade levels. They don't
right.
mix first, fifth, eighth, and 11th grade in the same classroom in a school setting. So now how do you balance that as a parent, making sure that each child is getting what they need for their academic success as well?
You're right. That is a valid point. When you have more than one child, then it becomes that much harder because then it's not just the one-on-one that you can, or you have a range of ages. And so, yeah, you're right. Coming up with the best way, I think, for your family to support that and support you as a parent as well is key, is an important part of it. And that segues actually into this next question. And we touched somewhat on it.